Hey there. In today's video, I want to talk about 5 things you should stop doing if you want to become a better version of yourself. And the very first one, actually being a very critical one. Stop doubting yourself. You need to understand in this universe, everything is possible, as I've mentioned in so many videos of mine so far. And the system in charge, the establishment of its time, during each century, each millennia, knew very well how to provoke fear and worry in its populace in order to control a weak-minded, all the time occupied society. Because think about it, if a population is all the time worrying and focusing on different things instead of the very important topics about themselves, about their family, about their workplace, about the environment, and the ones in charge, if they should be replaced or not. Now, if they are all the time occupied once again with different things, they can't focus, they can't concentrate, and such a population is able to be controlled quite easily instead of one who is strong willed, always questioning, and very important, knowing its power society. That is a very important detail to understand. Because once again, think about it. If you are not confident in yourself, you doubt yourself, you are worrying all the time, you are in fear, how are you supposed to achieve greatness in this lifetime? How are you about to break out of the box the system is actually trying to put you in? How you should think, how you should behave, what should be expected from you once you reach a certain age, for example. What is your expectation of life? Because they, for example, are already in charge. They shape your perception, therefore, they shape your life path as well. Not just life, but your life path that you are probably supposed to walk because, once again, they control most of the people. So, most of the people is society. So, you have societal pressure as well. Peer pressure too, if you consider the workplace. Your friends, your family. Once again, you reach a certain age, certain things are expected from you out of a sudden, right? Weak minded people step in line. They want love. They want to be applauded. They want to be nurtured. They want to be accepted by society, by family, by their workplace, whatever. Strong willed people, they know their power. They know they are confident in themselves because time and effort have proven over time what they are capable of. Therefore, they are unshaken by the outside world because they're strong on the inside. And I've mentioned it in many, many videos of mine. If you are strong on the inside, you cannot be shaken by the outside world, regardless what nonsense is playing out on the external world. What you might see on TV, what you might hear on radio, what you might hear and see on your phone, by your friends, by the workplace, by the family, you absolutely do not care because you have probably invested a lot of time in yourself. Therefore, you are way ahead of most of the populace. And once again, through time and effort, it is going to show in the physical world through status, money, and freedom, which most people do not have because they are so focused on what other people think of them, what society thinks of them, what the workplace thinks of them, what, I don't know, the government thinks of them. They want to be a good citizen once again. They're adopting all the time their own behavior in order to look great to the external force. You do not want that. You want to become a stronger version of yourself, a version that is unshakable by the outside. So think about it and change your thinking. Number 2 is actually being about stress. Stress is not good for the body, nor the energetic body, nor the soul. You are only interested in inviting positive stress into your life, because positive stress is about to challenge you for the better. What could be negative stress, you might ask? Well, for example, it could be bad sleep pattern. When you go to bed, how you wake up, how you actually sleep, what you eat, what you don't eat, the lack of movement, the lack of sport, worry, anxiety, depression, nonsense, low vibrational thinking, doubting yourself, not being able to self isolate in order to fix yourself, to fix your thinking system. how you would probably react to certain scenarios if you had the time to think about it. That all, especially the thinking part, the doubting part, the worry, the fear and anxiety, is low vibrational nonsense that most of the people on this planet reside in. Therefore, there is all these problems on this planet. That needs to change as well. Number 3, I have mentioned many times in my videos and I put great emphasis on it. Actually, I've done it also in the last video of mine that you can watch too. Do not live in a messy environment. If you want to boost your productivity, if you want to have a great workforce, work energy for extended periods of time, you want to work at maximum capacity, you need to be able to navigate through your rooms quite easily. You need to be able to find items quite easily without actually searching for them. You just need to open a cabinet and you see everything organized in one place. You don't have to look. You're not wasting time on searching. You are actually also allowing energy to easily flow throughout the rooms, throughout your house, if you watch it from the standpoint of feng shui. Energy has to flow. If there is a lot of clutter in your rooms, if there are items all over the place, energy cannot flow, and deep down people actually feel that something is very wrong in this room. They might feel overwhelmed by all the items actually. And they are also to the eye not very appealing to watch, those rooms. And especially you cannot invite strangers or your friends to your place. You need to clean, you need to hide, you need to put items from A to B quite quickly actually, because people are coming over, right? So that movement is for most people quite exhausting, and they are actually out of energy after that process happened, the cleaning part. You need to have a system in charge, in place, that is going to save you a lot of time, which people do not want to have, because it takes thinking capacity and it takes money. Money that people do not want to spend in order to have an organized room, apartment, or house. More to that later, though. I've also mentioned many times the inside of a person's mind is always reflecting itself on the external world. So, once again, if those rooms, apartments, and houses, the garage, is full of clutter, unappealing to the eye, it means the mind is full of shit. Great people, successful people are able to determine the outcome and importance of another human being by how that individual has decorated their most private rooms with. What items were used? How were the walls painted? How were the walls decorated? What kind of stuff is actually portrayed in those rooms or lack of, you know? General people lack awareness greatly, therefore they are absolutely not able to determine anything by what they are just looking at. They might see that something looks great, looks nice, beautiful, appealing to the eye, yet they don't understand why. And average people are average for a very reason. Which brings me to the next point. Stop spending money like an idiot to impress morons and especially idiotic friends who in the end are going to hate you even more. That is no energy you want to keep around. You want to be surrounded by like-minded people in the sense of being successful, always pushing each other to become higher and higher, better version of yourself, of themselves, you know? You want to push each other. You want to motivate each other instead of laughing about each other's dreams, trying to drag the people down. Once again, I have mentioned it also a few times. From time to time, you have to watch your friend circle and eventually clean out the bastards who are only slowing you down slowly but surely. And you probably cannot even talk your deepest dreams to them, right? Because they would laugh about you. And those dreams could be whatever. They would probably laugh about you, tell those stories to other people you do not know about, and more people would look strangely at you, which people have a problem with. Because the fear of people next to death and having, for example, no money is actually what other people think of them. Think about it. That fear alone is able to freeze people, to be able to make them not go after their dreams. Because what are those other people thinking of them right now? They might be laughing, they might be smiling, they might be pointing with the fingers at someone, being stupid enough to go into that direction instead of taking the path actually that they have taken, the easy path, the no risk path. Everything is normal, everything is accepted by society. Instead of going the path that is full of risks, that is unknown. No one knows the answers to that path. You don't know where to walk. You basically walk a few steps and there's imminent fog. No one knows what that particular path will bring to you. Only buy or spend money on things that greatly benefit your well-being from time to time. For example, once again, when we talk about the importance of a human individual by how they have decorated their rooms, think about it. Eventually, create in your own home, apartment, whatever, a sacred room, a sacred corner where only you are allowed to reside in, where you can relax, where you can shut off, where you can basically think about what you want to think and no one is interrupting you, no one is disturbing you. Absolutely no one is allowed to come near to you once you go into that corner, into that room. And you have decorated that room to your personal liking. Still, I would suggest you look into plants, lights, because lights have great impact on mood. And you should think about, for example, making it visible, not just to you, but to other people, regarding, for example, finances. Have some money somewhere lying around. Have some items lying around surrounded by money. About money. Have wallpapers on the wall about money, for example, or what you are about to attract into your life, what you want to manifest into your life. Because if you watch most people's rooms, houses, the walls are basically empty. There might be a few plants, there might be a larger paint, and that's basically it. There is no motivational text. There is no text in general when it comes to life, what they deem very important on a very personal level, because it costs money. Again, once again, people do not want to spend money on those very important things. They just want to spend money to impress other people, impress other morons. Look at my car, look at my bike, look at my clothes, look at my, I don't know, swimming pool, look at my garden in general, because those are the things that people usually see when they walk past that apartment, house, building, whatever, right? But they don't know how it looks like on the living room side or in the most private rooms where that individual is mostly residing in. Spend money on that, spend money stocks, spend money on silver, on gold, spend money on items that greatly help you save time, that greatly benefit your lifestyle, that basically makes your life happier and joyful and easier, and you don't have to think that much in order to gain your success later on. You have more time to focus on other things instead of impressing morons who will hate on you and talk about you and gossip about you and gossip about your life, your lifestyle, your choices, and all this nonsense. And you will actually see over time that, I don't know, 5 years could have passed and these bastards are still the same, still in the same place, still have the same income, while you have changed in just a few years. Congratulations if you go that path. And the last part actually being, when it comes to the modern world, the modern times right now, you hear certain words like superfoods and stuff like that, Do not worry that much what you consume, what you eat, what you drink, because that once again is stress, negative stress. Negative stress in regards to, for example, people who all the time measure the grams of how much they eat. They want to know the protein. They want to know the fats. They want to know the carbs. They all the time measure. They would never ever dare anymore to eat a chocolate, to eat a burger, to drink a Coke, Coke, Pepsi, whatever. They would actually become furious if they were about to do that. That is actually just known for example, people in the sport area as the cheat day, the cheat meal, stuff like that. And they're all the time worrying about clean eating, clean dieting, and stuff like that. Instead of just enjoying life, owning what you eat, owning what you drink, basically owning what you consume. Because there are people, and there were people, who were smoking like crazy, drinking like crazy, eating chocolate like crazy, and they reached years of 100 years and plus. And were fully functional still, able to think, able to walk, and able to have fun. And you could see, because there are people that you can watch on the internet that are 100 plus, or they're reaching 100, and they're full of life. Yet other people, they completely become hopeless at the age of 65 plus. They're already on a downhill completely, like a roller coaster. Probably worrying all their life about what they eat, where the food is coming from, what that food is, how much you should eat, how much you shouldn't eat, when you should eat, when you shouldn't eat, stuff like that, You should fully own what you do. You should own, for example, to smoke that cigar or that whiskey that you're about to drink like a gentleman and not like a punk drinking and drinking and drinking because you have certain worries or problems that you are actually running away from. You want to drink a whiskey because you want to drink a whiskey, and that's it. You want to smoke that cigar because you want to smoke that cigar. And after you have smoked that cigar, you won't smoke another one. You just wanted to enjoy that very moment in your corner, in your special room, and that's basically it. There's nothing to prove, there's no worries in the back of your mind. You just wanted to have, this is just Coke, but you wanted to have that cup of whiskey. Yeah, maybe a little bit less. You drank it, you own it, you're happy, and you're about to do what you have to do right after that. There is nothing to hide, there is nothing to run away from, what most people do. And that's why there's so much talk about that alcohol in general as the worst drug ever, because people misuse alcohol. People don't own alcohol. Alcohol owns the people. Cigarettes own the people. Because watch it from that standpoint. You can buy yourself something, I don't know, for $5, $10, and you can completely drink yourself under the table, basically. Or you can buy yourself a great whiskey like a Dalmore or a Booker's for 80 plus euro, 80 plus dollars, $260, for example, a Dalmore 18 years old. Matured 18 years. Instead of, for example, just drinking some nonsense, no name whiskey for $10. There's a great difference, not just in money, but in class. Once again, do you drink, do you smoke like a gentleman or like a punk? And most people do it like a punk. Because they are deep down full of problems, full of worries. They are consumed by depression, worry, anxiety, what other people think of them, the worry of, for example, not having enough money, stuff like that. Once again, own what you do, own your actions, own the responsibility with it, own the consequences of what you are doing. And you will greatly see incredible impacts on your life. Because you walk differently through life, you think completely differently like the rest, and you will achieve different things, different outcomes than the rest. Because you are not acting average like the rest. Once again, average people are average for a very reason. Average income, average mindset, average connections, full of limitations. They limit themselves all the time, they doubt themselves all the time, and they expect all the time a different outcome. Yet it won't happen. So you need to analyze it and walk a different path, and you will have different results. Great results. Greatness lies ahead if you think differently and you own your own actions. Have the courage to be yourself.